Welcome to Reading Reddit Stories. I'm RJ. Today for you guys, we got a couple Am I the Asshole Reddit stories, a little bit of Best of Redditor updates, but in the background, I'm going to be playing some Minecraft. It is not ordinary Minecraft. Did go to the marketplace, found a little zombie apocalypse one, something about parasites coming up from the ground, hordes, new armor, new weapons. They infect animals. You know, you got the idea. It's a zombie apocalypse. I'm just going to be building a base for you guys. Nothing too crazy. I haven't seen anything from it. This is like, I have seen like a little, but I haven't actually like played more than one singular day. So I haven't seen too much of it. You're going to see the rest of it. But you know, I'm just going to be building a base, see where that goes. But let's just jump straight into it, you know. Don't want to scare anyone away. Our first story of the day comes from Am I the Asshole? It is, my boyfriend's mad at me because he opened up the relationship and got no dates. Am I the asshole for how I responded? Me and my boyfriend, both 37, have been dating for just over 3 years. Prior to this, I was single for 8 years. Overall, it's been a healthy relationship. We are both independent with our jobs, living situations, etc. I do love spending time with him. I don't really have any complaints. However, something that startled me was back about 6 months ago. Him saying that he wanted to open the relationship up, meaning going on dates and sleeping with other women. I've never been in a dynamic like this, so I naturally had a lot of questions. He told me that I could also go on dates and sleep with other men. I honestly was a little skeptical at first, but after doing some research and having time to think, I agreed. He told me that if at any point I wasn't comfortable, we could stop and close the relationship up again. One of the rules was we don't discuss with each other what we're doing or who we're going on dates with, etc. I signed up to a dating app within a few days. I had like 500 likes, and it's been pretty steady since, so I started matching with people, texting and arranging dates. On average, I go on 1 to 2 dates a month. There are also some people in similar dynamics of open relationships that I'm going on dates with, sleeping with regularly. I quite like the fact that everything is non-committal. So even though I was skeptical at first, I am enjoying the open relationship. As I did from before, I hadn't told my boyfriend about any of this. I was at my boyfriend's house the other day and my phone was on the kitchen counter. He saw my notifications and proceeded to go through my phone and read my messages, including going through the dating apps and whatnot. To say he was angry was an understatement. Turns out he opened the relationship up to take out on a date a younger colleague at his workplace who misread his idea of a date as just a work lunch. He then openly told me that he wanted to see if it would work with her so he could ultimately leave me for her. However, she didn't want him, and it seems like no one else did either. In the last 6 months, he's had a few rough dates, but no one additional to sleep with. I feel somewhat embarrassed for him. He demanded we instantly close the relationship up, and I told him maybe we should just end things or at least take a break. He was outraged and called me names, but he was the one who wanted this dynamic, so what's the problem? I left, and as I walked home, I'm contemplating fully breaking it off with him. He's been blowing up my phone, and I'm not quite sure what to say. Am I the asshole? I have thoughts and opinions. If you're in an open relationship, don't be in a relationship. Just be single. I don't really understand the situation here. If you want to be committed, but you also want to be single at the same time, I really don't understand it, and I never will. Once again, I think it's stupid. Now, I'm not in a place to judge if that's what you're into. I did judge, but if that's what you're into, by all means. Personally, I just don't understand it. You know, I don't think I ever will understand it. But in this situation, the dude asked for it. The dude just wanted to leave her, as he said, and the fact that she should have broke up with him just off that fact. Him saying, yeah, I actually wanted this girl so I could leave you, is a crazy thing to say. It is a crazy thing to say. But, yeah. You know, those are my comments. It's not plentiful comments, guys. You're obviously not the asshole. Your boyfriend wanted to open the relationship. He failed. Oh well. Let's jump in the comments. Comment number 1. You should join the rest of the population in not dating him as well. That is hilarious. Yeah, just by the sound of him, I don't wonder why he's not getting any dates. He admitted that he was stringing you along to see if his younger woman wanted him. If she had wanted him, he would have broken up with you for her. And you're asking if you're the asshole? Lady, you are a moron if you stay. You know, I very much agree. I just said that right now. Like, she should be breaking up with him just off that fact alone. Not the fact of his behavior or anything else. Like, she should, but yeah, that's like, oh my god. Next comment. Dude's like a monkey swinging between vines. He won't let go of one of them till he's got a firm grip on the next. Not the asshole. Dump him the way he'd dump you in a heartbeat. I feel like we're all reciprocating the same ideas here. I think yeah, everyone else is basically agreeing with the same thing. It's a total not the asshole, obviously. He misled you. He wanted to date a coworker and make sure it worked out so he could leave you, aka dump you. But if it did not work out, you were his fail-safe backup plan. There's no real love there. Yeah, I think it's a perfect way to wrap it up. In the Minecraft, I don't know how these things are gonna line up because I'm obviously doing them at two separate occasions here. But I did play a little bit in the world before this even happened, and I was like, okay, let me just try it out. And I looked down. I don't know if we've seen it already. I've looked down in the caves, and there was like these beings, these just floating huge parasite beings, and I just walked away. I just didn't even bother. And then I died anyway, because apparently hard mode has got a lot harder than the last time I played. But that was story number 1. Am I the asshole for sleeping with my sister's boyfriend? But it's not what it sounds like. This is an interesting one. Just off the title, maybe am I the asshole for sleeping with my sister's boyfriend? Okay, is she just sleeping in the same bed with him? If so, then that's I don't know. Hold on, I gotta hear it. My sister, 26F, is dating and soon to be engaged to my 25F ex-boyfriend. Wait, hold on. Is soon to be engaged to my 25F ex-boyfriend, 26M. Am I just stupid? Does that make sense to anyone else? Okay, never mind. Is dating and soon to be engaged to my ex-boyfriend. Oh, your ex-boyfriend. Oh my god, I completely missed that. 26M. I know he's planning on proposing, or was, as I was helping him. When I was 16, I dated my sister's now boyfriend for about 6 months. It wasn't a super serious relationship, but we, as most teenagers do around the age, had sex. We did it a few times, but nothing obscene. The relationship ended because we simply didn't want to date anymore. There was no harsh feelings, and we remained friends throughout high school and college. When my sister was around 23, she moved back to our hometown a year or so after college, and he was living here also. They began to spend time together, and she asked if it would bother me if they began to date. I had absolutely no problem with it and told her that there were absolutely no weird feelings, and I didn't even consider him a serious relationship, as it was nearly 10 years ago. They've now been dating for the past 3 years, and he plans to propose, has even asked for my help. About a week ago, I, my sister, her boyfriend, and a few of our mutual friends went out to dinner. During one of the conversations, my sister made a joke about how he better propose soon because he was starting to feel like an old maid. I asked her what she meant, and she said they were both saving themselves for marriage. I asked her if she meant in just this relationship or if she was saving herself, period. She said that they had both been saving themselves their whole life. I gave her boyfriend a strange look from across the table, and she caught it. She asked why I looked at him weird and said it was nothing and tried to move past it. She insisted I tell her why, because she thought I was judging them. I confessed that we had sex in high school, although it didn't really mean anything. She got mad at him for lying, and somehow he managed to convince her that never happened. And then she got mad at me for making stuff up, trying to sabotage our future marriage because you're not over him. I told her I was, in fact, completely over him, and I was also not lying, and that they both got up and left. My friends know I was telling the truth and have tried to contact her and back me up. She hasn't answered any of them and texted me the day after saying that I wouldn't be invited to the wedding if I didn't admit to lying. I do feel really bad and wish I hadn't said anything or lied about why I looked at him, but I felt like I owed it to her because she's my sister and he was lying. Should I have handled it differently? Not have told her at all, etc.? Am I the asshole? I mean, I don't personally... Okay, look, there's the situation of you are kind of intruding, trying to mess up. It's not intentionally. Obviously, you want to help your sister. But there's also like, hey, I'm at a table with your boyfriend, you and a bunch of friends, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I fucked your mans. There's just that. Maybe it's like done in private, done at a different time, probably. It's nothing. Hey, this did happen, and I want to tell you because he's lying to you. But I don't think you're the asshole in any means. He is lying. He's convincing her that you didn't do that. And the chances of him having sex with you at that age, and he doesn't have sex for the remainder of... They've been together 3 years. He's 26. 23. From 16 to 23, he's saying he didn't fuck anyone else. Personally, I think this situation is a little silly. Whatever. Let's Just jump into the comments here. If he was banging you at 16, there's a strong chance he banged others from 17 to 23, right? And exactly. Wow. Blah, blah, blah. I'm willing to bet that the issue of whether he'd had sex with you specifically was brought up early on, and it bothered her, so he decided to lie about it, because that would have seemed easier to him than dealing with the whole issue. You're not responsible for facilitating his lies, and you are not the asshole for being honest with her, but I doubt the relationship survives. Yeah, I think, okay, I feel like I do understand him a little more. I don't want to understand him because he's lying, but yeah, like, if you're dating your ex's sister, and early on in the relationship, like, did you have sex with my sister? It is kind of something. It's something. It is an interesting predicament to be in, and I think he went the no route and just said, yeah, I've never done that. Looking for our next comment here. I'll find it. Hold on, I'm trying to find some highly upvoted ones the masses agree with. Not the asshole. There's not one single thing that requires you to lie to cover someone else's lie. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, not the asshole. I mean, obviously, I could have told you that. I think it's a great story. We got, how many stories we got? We got a couple more. 5 more. I'm trying, guys. My first time. Don't judge me too harshly. I don't know which one I'm on. Our next story. Let's see how long it is. Hold on. Okay, it's a fairly short one. Am I the asshole for dropping my kids off with my wife when she's with a grieving friend? My wife's best friend Jessie lost her husband about a month ago. My wife's been at her home almost every single day since. My job has me being... Okay, sorry. I'm just reading these stories, and some of the grammar is a little interesting. So I'm kind of just with the assumption that maybe no one knows how to type. My job has me being on call some nights, and the money is tight, so I can't not be on call. I know Jessie is struggling, but it is stressing me out a ton to be basically a single parent since my wife is never home. I've talked to her about cutting back. That ends up in an argument every time about me being heartless. Yesterday I was on call and I actually got called in. I couldn't leave our 2 daughters home alone. They're 6 and 9. So I called my wife. So I called my wife telling her she needs to head home now. I need to leave. She told me no and to figure it out. We don't have the money for a sitter. My parents live too far away. Her and her parents aren't allowed near the kids. They suck. And my friends have their own lives/families. So I packed up the kids and on my way to work dropped them off at Jessie's house. My wife was pissed that I did that. When I got back, we got into a huge argument. I told her that she actually needs to be a parent, that I'm very sick of her playing house at Jessie's house and we have our own kids. She thinks I'm being a heartless fucking man, and I told her to be a parent to her own kids. Amen, brother. Amen. You're obviously not the asshole here. In this situation, I don't know if he said a month. Was it a month? Yeah, a month. His wife has been at her friend's house for a month. These kids have not seen their mom. And I don't know if she's like sleeping there. I don't know if she's, sorry, I just got distracted. I zoned out. I don't know if she's sleeping there, then her kids do not see her mom. And she's there every single day. And this dude is a single parent with a full-time job, I assume, or not a full-time job. He's on call, whatever his job consists of. And she's just in the refusal to take care of her kids. And I'm thinking maybe in this situation, she might be cheating on him. And I know that might be a stretch from what I'm hearing, but to never be home, to refuse to take care of your kids, to stay at someone else's house, and basically just live your own life and have no responsibility, she might be cheating. And I think, yeah, like if your friend's husband dies, she's gonna be alone now. Yeah, stay with her a couple days. Stay with her until, she can kind of develop it. She can kind of process it a little bit, but then be like, hey, I gotta go home. And you can, come, maybe a couple times a week. But every single day is just crazy. And this dude's not the asshole. So, let's get in some comments. A day with a grieving friend is needed. A week is kindness. A month when you have kids at home is bizarre. It is. That is extremely bizarre. Not the asshole. So she basically wanted you to either choose between getting fired or leave your minor children unattended and risk CPS involvement. Your wife is neglecting her children. She needs a reality check. There's being there for your bestie, and then there's completely disregarding your responsibilities. Jessie needs to call some family if she needs this much attention, or consider inpatient care. Wow. A little response to that comment. I wonder if Jess really wants / needs her there this much. Honestly, if I was in that situation, having friends around sometimes would be great, but I'd also want and need some time alone without someone hovering. Maybe the wife has some type of angel helper thing and just makes her feel good whether or not it's what Jess wants and needs. This is excessive on the part of OP's wife, and interesting. If it's really what Jess wants, if it is, then I agree Jess needs to call upon other friends and family. Oh my gosh, man. Commenters are writers. They are writers. Not the asshole. It is extremely unfair and emotionally manipulative. I'm reading too fast. For your wife to be calling you heartless and to be putting the weight of being financially responsible for your family and the child care entirely on you to figure out. She is a wife and mother before she's a friend, and her duty to make sure her kids are cared for and her husband has the ability to put food on the table comes first. If this was a week or even 2, I'd say you need to grin and bear it and let your wife wholeheartedly support your friend, but a month is completely unsustainable and shows no signs of slowing down. Yeah, I just think this ends in like divorce. If she's refusing to leave after a month, I don't think they're gonna be together very long. Yeah, I took a phone break and I kind of forgot what I was here to do. I remember reading one of these comments. I'm here scrolling. Yeah. Not the asshole. Ends in divorce. Blah blah blah. You got the idea. Also, for the Minecraft world, I once again don't know where I'm at because it's layered on top, right? But I assume somewhere there in building my base. I don't know if I'm at day 3 because it says at day 3 the parasites are gonna rise from the ground and like come to the surface, and there's like horde events. I think it was like every 5 days there's horde events. We might be on day 3, and I think I saw one of those parasites. Insane looking. So I don't know if like a sky base kind of defeats the purpose. Because if I'm just hiding in a sky base the whole time, it's kind of like what's the point of being in a zombie apocalypse, right? Because there's like weapons. So they added there's new armor, there's new swords. They have new blocks. There's like security blocks, but there's also like barbed wire, I'm pretty sure. So like I have a feeling that, hey, they're going to try to like break down your walls, which is kind of why I wanted to build up. And I also like played one night. I didn't have any torches yet, which is my fault. I was just walking around the world seeing if anything was different. Nothing was different. I don't even know it was different. But yeah, like I just placed my bed, and then it turned nighttime. Like 100 mobs just spawned directly on me, and I was like, okay, it's over. Because I was trying to see if the mobs spawned at night, like the parasites. And okay, I didn't make it to day 3, so I didn't realize that they come from the surface until like I went back in. So building a base on the ground, probably like castle vibe. I like a castle vibe. I don't know, I feel protected, right? I used to play this game on Roblox called like Create My Own Security Base. Unrelated to anything we're talking about, actually. What does WIBTA mean? It is an Am I the Asshole subreddit. Am I the asshole for refusing to bring $100 minimum to Thanksgiving? Interesting. My family and I celebrate Thanksgiving every year with my siblings, parents, and their kids. Roughly 20 to 25 people, including kids. My family is only 2 people with 1 6-month-old baby. In the group chat, it was decided that my nephew would cook meat since he brought a grill. He told us all that we could bring sides. He chose to spend $300 on meat. I messaged in the group chat and said we would bring mashed potatoes. My sister responded that every family member has to bring $100 worth of food minimum or help my nephew pay for the meat. I'm not totally against the idea of bringing that much food, but just the way it was presented after the fact that it wasn't agreed to beforehand makes me upset. The following day in the group chat, my sister said option 1, bring food enough for everyone. Bring enough food for everyone. Once again, guys, please, can we write stories correctly? I'm going to read it as it's written. Option 1, bring food enough for everyone, not just yourself. Option 2, help Thomas pay for the meat, $100 per family. Okay, first of all, Thomas paid $300. That's his fault. Help Dad pay the water bill, $200 family. Okay. Upset, I responded with option 4, don't show up. Am I being the asshole if I don't show up at all in protest to this $100 minimum rule? Update. I'm a teacher, and she posted a picture of my salary she found online to shame me in the group chat. Definitely not going now. Wow. Sorry, I should have saved the update. I should have saved the update before the comments. It was just there. I don't have an update yet. I didn't get an update yet. Not the asshole. This is a potluck, not a charity dinner. If your nephew couldn't afford to buy the meat, he shouldn't have bought it. Exactly. Or just discuss it like, hey, we want to buy this meat. Can we all evenly pitch in to reach the $300 threshold? You know how not difficult that is? He couldn't afford to buy the grill, so he's asking mommy for help scamming the family. Did he say he couldn't buy the grill? I thought it was just buy the meat. Okay. Everyone has to bring $100 worth of food, and there's 22 people. The meal's going to have $2,200 worth of food. That's one hell of a feast. You could feed an army on $100 worth of potatoes. Yeah, the math isn't mathing. 300 divided amongst 20 to 25 people is not $100 per family. Exactly. I just don't understand why you can't be like, hey, can we all split this evenly? You know how much easier that makes it, especially for 20. I don't know if the kids were included in that. Yeah, the kids are included. Let's just say there's just 10 adults, right? $30 per adult. You know, wife and husband, $60, right? Am I doing math correctly? I hope. Looking a little embarrassing. Blah, 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 blah. You get the idea, right? Yeah, I think it's crazy. I think it's stupid. I think families, I can't even explain. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to bring $100 worth of food? Like, no. Don't forget, petty option number 5. Buy $100 worth of mashed potato ingredients and show up with 50 pounds of mashed potatoes. Not the asshole. $100 worth of sides per family is obscene. Far too much food. There's our story. How many have I read? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 6? What? Sorry. I act like I'm a grown man, guys. I'm a grown man. Grown man making 6-7 jokes at 5:32 p.m. on a Tuesday. Anyways, I don't know when this video is going up. This one comes from Best of Redditor Updates. You know, I'm kind of scared because these I don't know how they format these things. You know, okay, I can read it. There's a lot of comments, like someone like, I don't know Reddit too much, guys. This is my first time on Reddit. Like, I've used it to do a little digging for things. I use it for video games. I don't want to sound cringe, but like, I don't know, I just like seeing what other people do on games. I've never actually really looked at it to read stories. I love Reddit stories. I watch Smosh. Shout out Shane Top. Anyways, we're gonna read the story because I'm putting it off because I don't want to read it. I, 29F, recently discovered my boyfriend, 32M, of 4 years, has been keeping a blog mocking my business. That's real hate. I can't. That's real hate. This is probably going to be a controversial post, as I know Reddit isn't very fond of any religions, especially not ones that aren't mainstream. That might be a weird way of putting it, so I apologize if that offended anyone. I really, truly don't want to. When my abuela died, I inherited the keys to her long-standing botanica. For anyone who doesn't know, what's the word for it? For anyone who doesn't know, this is a shop run by Latinos whose purposes are religious, esoterica things. We sell the 7-day candles you'll see at memorial sites, herbs, oils, statues, books, services, etc. These are all things I grew up with. I grew up surrounded by, and things that mean the world to me. I love them. To me, the scent of Florida water and Hoyt's cologne are home. I took business classes to run the shop properly, and it is a successful business. We profit off it nicely, and we made some changes over the years, including services that you can't get at shops around us. We care deeply for all customers. I spend about 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. there every day, and it's like going to my other home. My boyfriend, Thomas, works from home. He does tech work and things like that. He's always been a huge supporter of my business because he knows how much it means to me. He knows it's a part of my cultural heritage, of my life, and of my ancestors and family. He also knows that I do not 100% believe in the things we do. I believe in many of them, but I am not hard-boiled religious, and I don't adhere to many religious rules. That's enough backstory. Well, the other day I made us some breakfast. He finished very fast and went out on his morning jog. I asked him if I could use his computer to do a few things since it was right there and I'm a slow eater. He agreed and just turned it over to me. He left on his run and I got to work. I just wanted to do a few accounting type things and also do some research for an upcoming trip we have to Havana. But when I opened his browser, several tabs were open, so I clicked to a different browser so as not to disturb his, since I never know what's work and what's play with him. The other browser had one thing up, the blog. I noticed he didn't use the name of the shop, but there was a clear picture of it, and underneath there were probably 50 entries so far. I didn't go through and read all of them because after I saw the first one, I got the idea. I got the idea clear as day. He was making fun of it, all of it, everything. My heart shattered. He made fun of the customers, some of the products we have. One of the things we're known for is an extensive collection of candles for different saints, orishas, and figures. He mocked some of the orishas and their candles and the novenas. What broke my heart most is that he made fun of the one figure who I like the most, who I don't want to mention because I don't want to offend. I keep a small home altar to the figure and tend to it carefully with love. He makes fun of the altar and talks about how nonsensical it is and everything. The comments range from nothing to spam to dedicated followers who talk about his crazy girl. I'm not understanding this, guys. The comments range from nothing to spam. We need some commas, guys, please. To dedicated followers who talk about his crazy girlfriend. How I'm absolutely nuts and he should run away. Who would believe in any of this? A lot of people and things like that. I was so stunned and absolutely hurt that I had to check how long he made it. I saved the address and read through all of it while I was at work and cried. I don't know how to address this with him. He's been keeping the blog for 2 years now. My heart is shattered because our relationship has been nothing but love and soothsaying, excitement and joy. He has never shared my spirituality with me, and it was never something that I requested of him. I even keep my altar out of view, out of the respect of his own preferences. What do I do? How do we come back from this? To me, it is not just about the spirituality. I've grown up hearing people laugh at it and call it kooky and made up, strange and all that. But this is my grandmother's business. It is my ancestry and it is my heritage. To me, he is mocking those directly. What do I do? You just break up with him. Like if he's been mocking what you take pride in, what you enjoy, what you've made your career. You've taken classes for this. You love this. You've grown up with this. You feel just such love to this. And he is constantly shitting on it. He's constantly trashing it. He's 2 years of blog posts. He's gathered a following to just hate on you. And he's pretending like all of this is just fun and games. And he's doing this behind your back. It's genuinely insane. It is insane. You just find another man, And I don't like to be one of those people who are like reading the Reddit stories and be like, oh my God, just leave him. Because there's so many of those people and it's so unwarranted. But like, how do you come back from this, right? He's been making fun of you for 2 years about something you really care about and doing it behind your back and acting like everything's fine. He's got people to think you're the crazy girlfriend. You're working. You're literally working. You just said you aren't that into the religious rules. You're like doing your job. Let me read some comments. Okay, maybe, I don't know. Because I don't know if these comments are to the original story or with the update included. Because this is best of Redditor updates. We're just going to read the update. I had my heart set on not just getting up and leaving. There was still some things that we needed to talk about. So when I got home, 2 days after I made that post and had time to think about it, I confronted him. I started reading off one of his posts to him. He asked me how I found out. I was honest and told him. He started to get annoyed and asked me why I was snooping. I wasn't. And then he started up with his defense before I can even get a word in. He told me that he always had a hard time understanding how I could be a part of something there was no logic behind it. How I could take money from anyone knowing that this stuff is fake and everything. I let him say what he needed to say. I asked him, is that how you really feel? And he said yes, that he was happy to finally get it off my chest. He just insulted me, my beliefs, my family history, all of it, in the span of 20 minutes. I told him that if that's how it feels, he needs to leave. The place we live in is mine originally. He just moved in after we started dating for a while because it was easier. I didn't want to have to stoop that low, but living with someone who thinks that little of what I do in my business, the business that supported our very comfortable lives for all this time, isn't something I can compromise on. He asked me if I was breaking up with him because of this, that it wasn't his right as an American with free. Oh my God. Are we serious, dude? You're a grown ass man, dude. That it wasn't his right as an American with free speech to do what he's doing. And I'm trying to center him like all of this is nuts. You're a grown-ass man, dude. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, so I just asked him to leave. Over the next days, he collected his things. When he got out of his last box, he told me that he would not come back, but that I could bet he would still be posting on his blog about my shop. I think the last thing I said to him was have fun on his blog with his 15 blog readers. I am really heartbroken over this and very sad it came to this. It's going to be a long time before I try dating again. Wow. You know that American comment, I'm an American with free speech. I'm American, I have free speech. I don't give a shit, dude. I'm a little baby. Sorry, I'm doing it's just like a little fucking baby voice, dude. You're a grown man. This dude is a loser, man. This dude is the biggest loser I've ever seen. You know, the comments like over the next days he collected his things. When he got his last box, he told me that he would not come back, but that I could bet he would still be posting about his blog. Is she supposed to be threatened by some dude whining about his ex-girlfriend's job online to other whiny losers? This dude is the epitome of a loser. This is just one of the saddest things I've ever heard, genuinely. This is so sad. Like, I already talked about how much of a loser this dude is, but that just makes it worse. He thinks he's in the right. He's defending it because I just can't get behind it, guys. I just can't even see like a fraction. That's not how free speech works. Are you breaking up with me? That's literally censorship. This dude's fucking... This dude's such a nut job, bro. Such a nut job. Let's get one more comment in. One more comment. You're trying to censor me. No, she's dumping you. That's not the same thing. I'm still writing my blog. Well, you got to keep the fans happy, I suppose. The 15 guys on there. This is sad. This dude's a loser. That's all I have to say about that. I'm a little sick right now, so I got the sniffles, and I've been sniffling a lot on the mic. So there's gonna be quite a few moments I'm just gonna have to cut out. You'll never know. You'll never hear any of the sniffles because they're all gonna be gone. Sorry. Okay. God, my eyes hurt. They like burn. Guys, I can't read this. I can't read this. Next video is gonna be better, guys. I'll do like, I don't know. All right, let's just jump into it. It is another Best or Redditor updates. Here we go. My brother is living with me in secret, and my mom thinks that I'm cheating on my husband. This just sounds good. Actually, this sounds really good. It might be better than the other one. About 2 weeks ago, my 25F sister-in-law. Hold on. I don't understand the numbers here. About 2 weeks ago, my F25 sister-in-law, F32, dropped a bombshell. What age is she? What age? You have two ages right next to each other. Dropped a bombshell on my brother, M29, that their young. I don't like how they're doing this. It should be 29M. 29M, that their youngest their youngest daughter, 5 years old, might not be his child because she had been sleeping with her ex-boyfriend around the time they got pregnant. He showed up on my doorstep and asked if he could stay with me a while he figured this stuff out. I of course said yes and made up the guest room for him. My brother asked if I could keep his situation private while he figures out his next move and especially not tell our parents. My mom has an incredibly close relationship with my sister-in-law. Oh my god, I'm cutting out parts because I'm reading it wrong because they're missing a word. Can we just review it? Can we just review it once? With how she treated... Okay, hold on. She has an incredibly close relationship with my sister-in-law, and with how she treated her older sister who divorced her husband after he cheated on her. I'm lost. She doesn't view cheating as something worth divorcing over. Okay, hold on. How she treated her Okay. No, I don't get it. Basically, the other day, my mom and I were on FaceTime, and I was showing her how my quarantine garden was coming along. My back was facing the house, and during the call, she briefly saw my brother pass by a window and left me confused. Saw my brother pass by the window without his shirt on. Very important sentence I just missed. She ended up cutting the call short and left me confused until she called back last night and lectured me on how I was betraying my husband and that marriage is a promise for a lifetime. She said she understood why I was lonely, but this was not the way to handle things. My husband has been in Canada. We live in the States since April with his father, who is in kidney failure and struggling with other illnesses, and is looking like he won't make it past Christmas at this point. He is aware of the situation and aware of not telling my parents anything. I couldn't explain to my mom and tried playing it off that she was just seeing things, but she didn't buy it. I told my brother what happened and he's frustrated about it. He asked for a few more days to get his head straight and then he will talk to our parents about it. But knowing him, I just scrolled down and I lost where I was reading. I feel embarrassed. But But knowing him, those few days could turn into weeks. I don't want to spill to my parents, but in this situation is incredibly uncomfortable. What do I do? I mean, if your husband knows, why is this a problem? Like, I guess if you were actually cheating on him, be like, oh my god, I have to tell my mom something because she's gonna tell my husband. But your husband knows, and she's gonna be like, if she tells your husband, like, yeah, that's fine. He's not gonna say anything either. Your brother, like, there's no situation here other than your mom thinking you're cheating. But like in a couple days, you just have to say like, hey, oh, there's like comments on these. I like how they're formatted. Comment 1. Let's just jump into comment 1. Screw my opinions, right? If your mom doesn't think cheating is something to divorce over, let her think what she wants. You told her you're not having an affair. What she chooses to think is up to her. Let your brother have his space. The truth will all come out when he's ready, and you can all laugh about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a laughing situation because, like, you're finding out your child's not yours and you're divorcing your wife. I don't know if they were married. I'm just assuming. Your mom is unreasonable. She cannot have it both ways. Sounds like it's a good time to set appropriate boundaries. Yeah, her mom doesn't think cheating is something to divorce over, but she's lecturing about cheating. She's not even cheating, first of all. Yeah, it says, as long as your husband knows what's going on, I don't think this is a big problem. It'll eventually get sorted out, whether your brother makes a decision to deal with this, and then you can explain the situation to her. Is your brother waiting for paternity test results? Here's an update from nearly 2 weeks later. So it's been about 2 weeks since I posted, and a lot has happened since then. I guess to start off, about 2 days after I made this post, the cat was out of the bag by my brother and his wife. My mom did end up calling over to my brother's house and spoke with his wife. I think about something Christmas related, and she ended up breaking down in tears and telling our mom everything. Long story short, our mom is relieved I'm not cheating on my husband and was upset that we felt we couldn't trust her to side with my brother before decisions were made. We had a big talk as a family and understood why she felt that way she did towards the divorce. And she even admitted she regrets how she acted when her own sister was getting divorced. She felt like her sister was ruining her child's life. Like her parents did to them by having them live half lives in different states. Overall, we grew closer as a family after that. On to other things, we got a lawyer, and through one of our lawyer cousins who has a colleague that specializes in family law and divorces. He also got a paternity test, and thankfully it came back that his daughter is in fact his. I had to do a bit of tough love to get this rolling. However, his wife isn't doing well. After the paternity test came back, she thought she could work it out, but when he told her no, she ended up trying to hurt herself. I won't go into too much detail, but she's no longer in their shared home and is instead living with her parents while my brother moved back in with his kids. I think he's happier now that he has the kids around him again. Currently, I'm just a mess right now. Currently looking into getting therapy for the children as they were both present when their mother tried to hurt herself, and my brother will be starting therapy after the new year. I'm optimistic that it will be okay. I'm grateful to everyone that commented and messaged me with advice, and my brother appreciates it as well. I'm looking forward to having Christmas dinner with my mom, my brother, and niece, and nephew. With all the hell that's been this year, it's been nice to have this one moment. Wow, what a happy little fun time. And not the wife hurting herself, with a little stain. But, family grew closer together. Everyone's going to be happy together for Christmas. The kids are his. This is the best situation for everyone, I think. The mom, they cleared stuff up with their mom, had a little bonding time, had a little talk about things, had a little regret session. I don't know where I'm at in the Minecraft house. I am actually, don't tell anyone. This is being recorded before the Minecraft playthrough. So I guess I can tell you what I did this episode. I built my house. It is going to be shaped like a castle. It is shaped like a castle. I don't know how comfortable I felt mining or am going to feel mining, because I'm pretty sure you've already seen what's down there. In the hordes, I've probably died 25 times. But yeah, I think maybe just building the base. There is like special ores, but I'd have to just play Minecraft organically. I saw that animals get infected, and the animals that get infected are permanent to the game unless you kill them. So I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, just build a house. It's cute. I'm gonna put a little what's it called? The firefly bushes, little flowers. Give me some iron armor. I don't know. Who really cares? We're here for the Reddit stories. Who cares about some Minecraft playthrough? But yeah, those were reading Reddit stories. This is my first one. Hopefully there's more, depending on, if anyone cares to listen. Please care to listen, so I can make more, and I can have something successful on YouTube. Anyways, I'll see you next time.